Let's take a look at this text, this Langston Hughes text. Langston Hughes writes a poem called Question One. He doesn't even give this question or this poem a title, he just calls it Question One. And he says, when the old junk man death, right? So this question is really about the question of equality. Are black Americans, are Negro cotton pickers as valuable inherently as white multimillionaires? And so he doesn't even, that's all he says is just question one. That's all he's got for this title. And he says, when the old junk man death, he's got very little respectful terms for death. He calls death the old junk man. And the actions that the verbs that he gives to the old junk man are not necessarily the most um, lofty. He says the junk man comes to gather up our bodies, and the junk man tosses them in a sack of oblivion. And this idea of oblivion is really the idea of forgottenness, right? Oblivion is to be no more, and no more remembered, and no more in existence. So when we're talking about the junk man death, the old junk man death, he gathers up bodies, he throws them in the sack of oblivion. But most importantly, Langston Hughes in this part, he talks about his wanderings. But I wonder, the corpse of a white multimillionaire, is this corpse worth the same pennies, more pennies of eternity? Notice the phrase that he says, pennies of eternity. Pennies of eternity. What good is any money in eternity, right? If we're talking about something that lives on forever, what good is a nickel? What good is a dime? What good is a penny? What good is a million? Right? And so after death, what good is any of our possessions? He says is the torso. He doesn't even say the whole body. He doesn't say the whole corpse. He just says the torso. You notice for the white multimillionaire, he talks about the whole corpse, but for the black Negro cotton picker, he just talks about the torso. And he talks about a Negro cotton picker, which is the most lowly work compared to this lofty work of the multimillionaire. But the answer to his question is pretty plain, I'm sure, based upon the readings, based upon Langston Hughes's life. The answer is no. It's not worth more. Every single person who lives has the same inherent worth and value, and we need to start living like it, and we need to continue to struggle for it.